Okay, good morning, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and our distinguished panelists, a warm welcome to this enlightening session dedicated to the exploration of fintech in the Philippines, counting on growth and opportunities. So in recent years, the Philippines has emerged as a dynamic hub for financial technology, riding on the waves of digital transformation and a growing mobile-first population. The integration of technology within the financial sphere is not merely about modernizing the conventional. It's about reshaping the contours of how Filipinos perceive and interact with financial systems. As the fifth most populated country in Asia, the potential of fintech in the Philippines extends beyond urban centers, tapping into the vast potential of the unbanked and the underserved. So our focus today revolves around not only celebrating the strides the Philippines has made in fintech, but also discerning the path forward. A path teeming with opportunities from bridging the financial inclusion gap to pioneering innovations in payments, remittances, and digital banking. The scope is vast and ripe for exploration. So this morning, I'm privileged to be your moderator, and together with our panel of industry stalwarts, we aim to unravel the intricacies of the Filipino fintech landscape. Each panelist brings us a unique perspective and a wealth of experience, making this session a confluence of diverse thoughts and insights. So as we proceed, let us remember that at the heart of fintech lies a powerful proposition: to democratize finance, making it accessible, inclusive, and efficient for all. In the context of the Philippines, with its more than 7,600 islands and diverse demographics, the importance of this mission becomes even more pronounced. So let us embark on this journey of exploration, diving deep into the potentials, challenges, and the brilliant future of fintech in the Philippines. So let's proceed with the introduction. Now let me introduce our esteemed panelists for today. So first off, she is a convener of Digital Pilipinas, the largest private sector-led movement focusing on advanced technology in the Philippines. It aims to expand the digital economy and make new technologies and opportunities accessible to small businesses. She is also a convener of Digital ASEAN and the Executive Director of Fintech Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Ms. Amor Maclang.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Good morning to everyone. Thank you for that kind introduction.
Good morning. Ms. Amor is also currently one of the advisors of Department of Finance, DTI, DOST, and the ICT, as well as Department of Health. Now, our second panelist is the Vice President of Usage and Strategic Businesses of RCBC. It is one of the largest privately owned universal banks in the Philippines, where he leads in driving awareness, usage, and expansion of RCBC's digital products and services. He is also in charge of identifying and developing opportunities in digital banking and financial inclusion. Let us all welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Michael Christopher Cruz.
Morning, everyone.
Michael is also the adjunct professor in the Asian Institute of Management, where he specializes in teaching financial technology and banking. So let's start with the first question for Ms. Amor. Ms. Amor, what is the future of fintech in the Philippines?
So now this is how it feels to be in a Miss Universe pageant, right? What is the future of fintech, right? You know what? Come on. It feels like everyone is like you haven't had enough coffee yet this morning. So maybe let's keep things a little bit light, right? Sorry, do you mind if I stand up? Because I don't think the people on that side of the room can see me. Because unfortunately, being Asian, I'm particularly short. So, just very quickly, although ASEAN is the largest growing fintech market in the world, the opportunities in the Philippines, you talked about we're the 5th largest, but in ASEAN, we're the 2nd largest market. As a matter of fact, I want to take this opportunity to invite you guys to do a deep dive on 2 very important markets for fintech. And together, between the Philippines at 115 million population and Indonesia, 271, we can take over any, but we won't, right? That's close to 400 million. And the 2 things that are so special about these 2 markets is because we are basically twin brothers and sisters of each other. Perfect lovers, if you may. Because, number 1, we're both mobile first. As a matter of fact, in the Philippines, do you know that there are actually more mobile phone activated accounts than there are people, right? So we are literally a physiologic aberration in nature. When a Filipino baby is born, they're born with a mobile account and also a Mobile Legends gaming platform. Hey, don't laugh. Mobile Legends is actually organizing, sir, this December, backed by the Department of Tourism. I just came from Central Asia, where we represented the Philippines because of the games of the future. And also from a fintech perspective, let's tie it back. We represent some of the most underserved markets in the world because everyone here, if you're interested in fintech, it's the Jerry Maguire axiom. Show me the money, right? Show me the money. Although I think Michael is too young to remember Jerry Maguire, but Chris ain't. I'm sure Chris knows the Jerry Maguire line. But anyway, we are underserved, but I'm not going to speak about it from a poverty porn perspective. I'm going to talk about it from those who actually can pay, can afford to pay, but for whatever reason, they are not covered. So what is the future of fintech from our perspective? I wear 2 hats, by the way. I am the convener of the largest private sector-led movement in the country called Digital Pilipinas. We're digitalizing areas like banking, financial services, logistics, energy, and so on and so forth. And I'm also the executive director and trustee of Fintech Philippines Association. Future, gigsters, gamers, and gigsters, esports, and gaming, all right? So why do I say those 3? I got a little nervous when I said the gaming word, although the gentleman here earlier said something very interesting. One of the most secure fortresses is actually online gaming. Why do I say this? Let's start with gigsters. Gigsters basically represent 2 million people of unbanked, uninsured, uncovered by any type of formal financial services. And that's 2 million of people who actually make money but are untapped, and they're productive, and they're social, right? The second would be esports. How many of you here play Mobile Legends or Dota? Thank you. There you go. Thank you, Byel. Can I see a show of hands again? Everyone clearly is above 40 years old in the room. To those who raised their hands, congratulations. You're actually part of an economy that is far bigger than entertainment and is actually far bigger than music, right? You know, eventually who's going to be bigger than Taylor Swift and Beyonce are players of Mobile Legends. I kid you not, right? They make the money, and yet do you think banks, now you can ask RCBC and GoTime later, do you think banks actually recognize the kind of wealth they've accumulated? Or even governments, have they recognized the kind of contribution that they put in? And yet they're putting their countries in the map, right? And this is the youth that's all going to be defining it. The last would be in the space of regulated gaming. So I wanted to speak about regulated gaming because everything is gray until they decide to walk under the light. So I haven't really been in this industry that long. I started in 2017, which apparently which apparently in blockchain years is like dog years, right? So 2017, at that time, people could not understand whether crypto was good or bad, right? As if words like good or bad were of any use in the field of technology. But certain people decided they're going to walk under the light. Some decided that they're not going to. And it naturally filtered out itself. That is the same for online gaming, meaning regulated gaming as well. The challenge is, those who are legalized don't want to walk under the light. Therefore, they're easily swept under the table together with those who refuse to. And this is why when I see technologies, right? You probably were just listening. I don't know if the gentleman who spoke earlier, forgive me, I wasn't wearing my glasses. You probably thought he was doing a sales pitch. He's not. RegTech, cybersecurity tools that actually involve not just in banking but also in regulated gaming will help these technologies walk under the light. Fintech, wallets, and banks receive them, the money coming from regulated gaming, and yet it is our collective responsibility as an ecosystem to help make sure that just like in the early days of crypto, in our crypto spring in 2016, 2017 in the Philippines, we're able to help those who want to walk under the light in regulated gaming do so. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm going to give the next question to Michael. So in what ways has Fintech effectively expanded financial access to unbanked and the underbanked communities in the Philippines? And what barriers still need to overcome?
Very tough act to follow, Ms. Amor. First of all, I'd like to just share how honored I am to share this stage with you. In my previous employer, I've seen you really be involved in this space early, so big admirer. No, it's just five years ago, But Ms. Amor's story and talk is really the point. The fintech story in the Philippines is an unconventional one. In advanced economies, people are already carded, people are already well advanced. Remember, mobile banking is not a new technology. Bank apps have been with us for 10 years or so. But in the Philippines, our digital financial inclusion story, the number of Filipinos who have had accounts in the financial system has grown from 18% to 29% in 10 years. That's 2008 to 2018. It has crawled. But during the pandemic, it shot up 29% to 56%, and now I hear it's nearing 70%. But the nature of that account is so much different now. It's not ATM cards and passbooks. It's, as Ms. Amor said, it's mobile accounts. It's QR codes. Before Filipinos had credit cards and ATM cards, we have QR codes. We skipped that whole step. Before the first Filipino teenager has a typical bank account, whether it's their little savings account, their children's account, they have e-wallet accounts. Yes. They have e-wallet accounts which they use to buy e-pins, which are available in RCBC, by the way. You can buy Mobile Legends pin there, and it's a big business for us. But during the pandemic, I can point to two things that really changed the game. Well, three. First, people can't go out, so social distancing, so you have to go online to make transactions. Second, millions of Filipinos opened their first bank account, first e-wallet account because they have to get the AYUDA, the ayuda. Millions of Filipinos opened bank accounts for the first time to receive the government financial aid. So government delivered their financial inclusion strategy through an unconventional situation. And third, regulated gaming, but this one involves chickens. One of my uncles has always resisted opening an online bank account, has never trusted the computer or online banking. And then in 2021, he just approached me, how do I load my e-wallet account? Because I need to bet on this. Isabong. Well, something else happened after, and let's not delve into that. But those unconventional stories are what drives fintech innovation. Those exact use cases. Fintech enables that in a way that's, and I'm embarrassed to admit this, that banks are yet slow to adopt because fintechs are more agile, more open-minded to new technologies. On new technologies, right now Filipinos can open fractionalized accounts, AI-driven accounts of entities outside the country. But here, as much as those kinds of advanced accounts, advanced technologies are available to the affluent, millions of Filipinos are still just exploring paying their bills for the first time online. That's the challenge for formal financial institutions. For many Filipinos, their first bank account is their salary, their payroll. And the challenge is if they have to still take that out and cash in to the e-wallet and make that transfer, then that's too much of an effort. 𝐿Time must be the big effort there by putting it where Filipinos are in the grocery stores. So the solutions to the fintech challenge in the country is really all about unconventional solutions. Being where the people are. Mobile Legends, the sabungan, the palengke, the tricycle stand. By connecting all of this and being present, by adjusting to the people, instead of making the people just calling on them to open digital accounts, open bank accounts, we have to find the use cases that matter to our people. That's what we're trying to do. That's what the fintech industry is really, really good at. So it's really an industry-wide effort to be relevant, to be where our countrymen are. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going back to Ms. Amor. Digital Pilipinas has been hailed as the largest private sector-led movement for one of the pioneering ecosystem builders in ASEAN. Can you tell us more about it?
Okay, maybe I'll stand over there. Right. Thank you, if you don't mind, sir. This works, right? There, I can see you guys better. Thank you. So, you know what? When most of us were born, options like being a social media manager, an influencer, or a vlogger were not an option, right? And I'm sure if you told your parents that after sending you to 4 or 6 years in university, what you wanted to do is really traipse and dance in front of a camera and make millions or play games, they probably will never get it. So the idea of an digital economy ecosystem builder is up that arena. Now, Digital Pilipinas brings together industry players, right? So although rightly or wrongly, I'm very associated in fintech, digital assets, banking, even if I got a C- in math, right? Feel free to laugh, guys, right? It's not illegal to laugh, right? It's not illegal to laugh. Essentially, there is a gap in the Philippines. Basically, what we do is we bring together the market leaders. I'm so happy to reconnect with Michael here. He had reminded me that we first started working together in one of our earliest projects to promote digitalization in this industry, which was with Union Bank. Am I allowed to say? Yes, thank you. It was with Union Bank. And at that time, it needed a whole of business and a whole of government and a whole of country approach to get people who are trying to innovate in their industries to be heard, to be effective, and actually to be listened to, right? So who does that? So if you have a new innovation in the Philippines, what happens is, or in other parts of the world, for that matter, before this administration, if you propose something different, what do they do to you? What do they do to you? No, they don't throw you in jail. Not yet. They ban you, right? So you probably are more familiar with our work. So Union Bank is one, 𝐒𝐿𝐵 is another. So in the case of 𝐒𝐿𝐵, they started being an app that was constantly banned by government to being now one of the most downloaded apps and well-funded technology companies across ASEAN, right? And the journey from being illegal, or even, for example, one of our long-standing conveners is 𝐒𝐿𝐵.ph, who recently celebrated 10 years. So congratulations. So I've seen 3 presidents, from founder Ron to Nauman to now Wei. I can't begin to tell you how exciting this space is. But the journey from being seen as illegal to being a mass-adopted technology, to getting the support of government, to getting players in the ecosystem to actually work with you, that requires cohesion. And that's what we do in an ecosystem building framework, right? Because people are not going to talk to each other. Competitors will choose to remain competitors. Well, in fact, they should be working together, right? So, in a nutshell, my job is up there with esports, shoutcasters, and also at the same time, influencers and vloggers. Not because we are just new, but we're here to stay. Because it is actually a signal of what this new digital economy is going to be. In other countries like Malaysia, there's the Malaysia Digital Economies Corporation, or the DEPA in Thailand. So these are government work that's done. But the Philippines, what's beautiful about this incredible country is that we are private sector led, meaning we stand side by side with government. That is not a negative for us, right? We actually stand side by side. And that's what we do in Digital Pilipinas. So we have Fintech. I've been in this industry since Digital Assets Fintech 2018. And for this, we have the Fintech Philippines Association. 3 years ago, we launched, because we saw the need in the real estate industries and smart communities, we launched, and I'm the co-founder of the PropTech Consortium of the Philippines. And yay,